So what's up, guys? It is another, I don't even want to call these Monday anymore, weekly check-in. I did weigh myself on Monday and did post it on Instagram. I'm finding it to be really easy just to go ahead and do that. And I'll still do this check-in video for YouTube for the people who are actually tracking this journey. But I think it's easier just to do the weigh-in without really creating a video, as opposed to doing this video. Also, I was waiting on a couple of pieces of equipment that I ordered just to sort of help with my tracking. I've also decided to go into what I call beast mode this week, but I'm going to talk about that after this. First, I want to just show you what I got. So one of the things I got is this thing. What this is, if you can see it, is it's basically a digital body tape. Now, the thing with regular tapes, and I did bring props. Where are you, props? There you are. So the thing with a regular tape, let's say I'm measuring, I don't know, my whatever this is called. And so I'm wrapping it around, and I think I see a number, but I'm not really sure, and all of that. It's really hard to get an accurate measurement with one of these, especially around your waist. So you're okay, I think, and I'm it's dumb. And then it's am I hitting the right place? Did I twist the tape? And the good thing about this is not only does it go to the Renpho app, so you can just put an app on it, you just wrap it around yourself, hit a button, it tightens to the area, it displays a number, and then it puts it into the app. And then you just, you mark what body you're measuring, and all of your measurements are inside the app, and it's accurate. You're not bending over trying to figure out what you see and all of that kind of stuff and trying to get it right. So that'll give a better control element and take away some of the human error. There's always human error, and there's always device error too. But devices, I find, are more consistent and honest than humans. Humans we want to see things either for the better or worse in ourselves, and both ways can lead us down a bad path. So having some control elements that sort of make us be a little bit more honest about where things are is good. So that's why I got this Renpho digital tape. On top of that, since I had already gone down the rabbit hole, I also got the Renpho scale. I don't know if I'm saying this right. I think it's Renpho, R-E-N-P-H-O. So I also got the Renpho scale. This scale only measures body weight. And the reason why I didn't get one of those fancy scales, besides price, that has the body fat and the water and all of that kind of stuff, the truth is, unless you go to a lab, all that stuff is kind of up in the air anyway. Maybe it's close, maybe it's not so close, especially if you're going with a cheaper item. A lot of times people will find variances if they're using this at home, and then they also go to a lab or to more sophisticated equipment, and they can find out how much these things are off. Also, if you have an athletic body versus for lack of a better term, normal body, or a overweight body, sometimes a lot of these readings can be messed up by that. However, what is true is if your body size, for lack of a better word, is getting smaller, so if your measurements are going down, but it doesn't feel like you lost weight, or it doesn't show on the scale that you lost weight, that is a definite sign that it's probably muscle. Not because muscle weighs more than fat, but because muscle is leaner than fat. I think that's a greatly misunderstood sort of thing. It's more compressed, as it were, which is why if you see a 250-pound man who's overweight, he won't look fit, but you can see a 250-pound man who has a bunch of lean muscle mass, and he'll look fit because it's more compressed, it's more lean, etc., etc. So it's actually not that it weighs more, it's that it's leaner. So if your body is getting smaller, or is at least appearing smaller, while you still don't seem to be losing a lot of weight or any weight at all, then that is definite muscle gain. So I figure if I have those two parameters, weight and measurements, I'll have a better idea about what's going on with my body. And so that's why I decided to buy these two things. And that's also why I didn't go with a scale that was going to give me anything but weight, because I think weight and measurements will tell me a lot, and it'll allow me to really try to be like true with myself moving forward. I'm not making any excuses. Oh, by the way, I did lose weight this week. I meant to start with that. I did actually lose weight this week. I'm back down to my previous number. But I want to talk about that after I kind of do the check-in for the week. We're going to come back to this equipment. So right now, just listen to a little summary of how this week went, and I'm going to make it short for you.
So, let's get into the week. But let's start with a look back. Around April, like 8 months ago, I started with the simple stuff. I got rid of soda, runs for junk food, fast food, etc., etc. I basically made the dummy changes and began the journey to lose over 100 pounds. My highest recorded weight in my life was 321 pounds, which is really frustrating since on a previous weight loss journey, I got down to 215. But no point in looking back. Right now in my weight loss, things are going okay, if a bit slow. But the thing is, that's actually normal. As of last weigh-in, this Sunday, I am 281 pounds, which brings me back to where I was before last week's weight gain. I feel like I would have been further in my weight loss if not for that huge setback during my trip to Baltimore, but what are you gonna do? Life happens. Besides, the CDC actually recommends 1 to 2 pounds per week for long-lasting weight loss. I have lost about 40 pounds in the past 8 months. That's about 5 pounds per month, which is averaged out in the math to about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So in the math, I'm in the exact CDC recommendation. But of course, there have been a lot of ups and downs. It hasn't been a straight path of down of 1 to 2 pounds per week. I lost more some weeks, I lost less other weeks, and I had a gain here and there that I had to earn back in the next week. But even though I'm on track in the math sense of the word, I worry about this dance I'm doing around the same 280 to 285 pound range, mostly this past month. So I'm going to dock some more calories off this week, not to starvation, but I like to give myself a don't go over it number. And this week's number is 1,800 calories. So for the rest of this week and moving forward, I'm going to try to stay in that range. And if I find it necessary, I may dock it a little bit again. But hopefully, if that's my target, I'm also staying a little bit under it each day. We'll see how I do. So this past week, I did 2 major things with my diet. Go back to a 2-meal-a-day situation, as I seem to eat less with this, but I'm not denied my morning breakfast. Sorry, I enjoy breakfast. Low-calorie breakfast, like a bowl of oatmeal, is easy. No breakfast is insane. And I tried to increase my protein. I like to focus on increases instead of deletions with macronutrients. I find if I play this game with calorie counting, another macro takes a hit, and I can rebalance based on that. And I'm happy with my shift in protein this week. It still needs work, but it's progressing in the right direction. When it comes to exercise, I put weights back into my program. I did not do them all last week, and that was the week I gained. I added them in this week, and it was a week I lost. I honestly don't think it makes that much of a difference, but right now I am using a pre-designed course that has them in 3 days a week. The main reason being, a muscular body burns more fat while at rest, and I have no intention of losing weight and being weaker for my efforts. So if it throws off the scale numbers, it throws it off. But the long-term benefits of having weight training in my life, even just a bit of lightweight training, far outweigh any possible negatives. And the last time I lost a ton of weight training was involved. So in the area of cardio, and yes, walking is cardio, I made an effort to do 10,000 steps a day, every day this week, and succeeded until my rest day on Sunday. I started editing a video in the morning, and I just was not done until the sun went down, and I zoned out so hard on that project after breakfast I just forgot about everything, and next thing I knew it was dark, and I think I'd had like 300 steps at that point. This is why I love doing video programs that have a calendar. I find if I have something scheduled in a calendar, if a calendar is set of what you're going to do every day, then I actually do it. I mean, I am a stage manager, and half of what stage managers do is make and follow calendars. So even if I'm not currently working in stage management, being a stage manager never really stops. The video program I'm using also has cardio videos that happen 3 days a week. So in addition to the 10,000 steps goal, the other 3 days of the week, I'm doing light to medium cardio videos. Overall, I think the week went well. I hit my 10,000 step goal every day but my rest day. There were no huge overeating issues that require any deeper analysis than it may be time for a calorie drop. And I lost the weight I gained in the previous week. But I am ready to break that 280 pound mark. Like, I'm kind of tired of the 280s and I want to get out of it. So hopefully my new equipment will help me chart my goals a little bit better. I'm worried about the scale just because it seems really fragile. One of the reasons I picked my previous scale is it was plastic and it seemed more durable than your average scale. But I'm not sure of its integrity because of how much has been knocked around in the van. So after I linked my new scale with the app, I weighed in and recorded a weight of 282 pounds. Since 1 pound variances can vary between equipment, and I got 281 standing on the scale literally 2 minutes before, I didn't count this as a gain so much as a number to measure against next week on the new equipment. Measuring myself with a tape, even a digital tape, is still kind of awkward, and I never feel confident I actually have the tape in the right position, and I don't want to cheat the numbers. The only person I'd be cheating is me. Also, being me, I am likely overthinking this way too much. But what I like about the app is as I touch each body part, the image puts a little line on the area to target on my own body for the measurement. I likely will continue to weigh in every week, but I'll only do measurements once a month. It takes too darn long hitting every body part and recording it.
Alright, so now that all that ridiculous measurement is done, it's time for me to actually do my exercise for the day. I'll see you next week.